Well, looks like we're recording now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, overall the week was chill. Um, same old for better, for worse. Probably for worse. Things need to start changing soon. Did my dad, I mean, I'm sure I told you before, but my dad's on my ass about getting a job, so I'm trying to figure out how to like use Claude Code to apply for a bunch of different jobs. And dude, even with Claude Code now, I f- I feel like I'm burnt out. Like after I got the website up and sure it looks great, whatever. But now it's like, all right, well, what do I use it for? So my first thought was, all right, I'm gonna do like a lead generation agent that scrapes the web, gets all the contact information, sends out emails. Um, but I don't know, dude. It's like I type it in to see if it's possible. Claude tells me, yeah, this is possible. We just need to do this, that, and the other. And then it's like, all right, I'll get to it tomorrow. So I don't know. But then again, I think I just need a new project to work on with that, something with real direction, and hopefully that'll generate some revenue. But you were saying that you wanted to like segue into something, or what
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you do?
because the kind of situation that you are describing is very familiar to me, and to help with that, that's pretty much what got me an idea to make the app that I've been telling you on, and that
Yeah,
you're quite familiar with. So the app is pretty much ready. Uh,
really?
yeah, it's
Hell
like
yeah, dude!
ready right now, and we are at the point where we are recruiting people to test
Like
it.
beta
So
testers.
you are obviously a person to go for in terms of first batch of people that will have the privilege to be admitted to a group of testers. And going back to the situation with which you have described, feeling like it's things are kind of slipping through your fingers, and the week was chill, but you don't really know what got done, and all of this sort of stuff. Mm, I believe the app would be able uh, to help with that, and I would want people to be able to look at the relics section of the app and be reminded that however they are feeling, and whatever comes to their mind in terms of the goals and how things should be shaping up. There are some things to be grateful for. You've made progress on certain stuff, and to just use it as this little bit of fuel that will get you out of the hole and into action mode. So I would be interested if that really works. I've been using the app for like a good month now. I think I've got like 45 voice recordings there, something like that, and I think it's working quite like I imagined it to be. This kind of list of things that got done, that you've made progress on, small and big, is a kind of anti-anxiety. It's not medication, but you know
So
what I mean.
remedy. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get what you mean. Wait, so what
yeah,
does the beta testing look like? Is it like on the App Store, but like you could download it and you could only log in if you have a certain login, or
yeah,
is it just
yeah.
like a
If you're invited by email, basically, I'll
interesting?
send you an email invite for that. And basically, the testing, it's quite actually. I've been talking about it with my dad just before we started the conversation, that we should actually have some kind of formula or more of a plan for testing, because for now we've just imagined it being a really simple process of inviting the people and me waiting for the feedback from them. But I believe that there is some space here for improvement in terms of actually prompting people to look for certain stuff while testing. So I think it will take you like 4 to 6 minutes a day, I think. Just record. I record those voice messages twice a day for like 3 minutes, something like that. So that's basically mostly what I will be asking the testers to do, and then after some time, because there is a kind of runway period where the app doesn't really give you much value. Your output is what we are counting on for the system to really get going and start working.
Yeah,
So uh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm announcing that we're moving forward with the testing stage. I'll be inviting people to test it. So yeah,
damn, dude.
my my brother is so action oriented. He's like a freaking machine. He like signs agreements with Apple's buys. He figured out a way for us to have headquarters freaking somewhere for tax reasons or whatever. He bought a
Really?
phone number for the company. He started bothering me about those testers because that's my part. That's what I'm responsible on. So
Yeah,
he keeps nudging me to get going. It's really good to have this kind of person that's so action oriented by your side.
absolutely.
It's really a freaking great thing because I have the tendency to get stuck in the weeds, thinking, "Oh, is it the right moment?" and this
Yeah,
sort of stuff. And he just fucking goes at it. Yeah,
damn, dude. So,
it's
have you tried to do like a solo project, like building something like that similar before, just like on your own?
um, I oh, no,
Because,
not yeah. What?
all right, well, because with what I'm doing with Nate's Natty, it's like it's very, it's tedious, and it's also very demoralizing. Because, like, of course, my dad is always like support for me, but other than that, like, there's just like no one to not only keep me accountable, but also split the workload. And it just feels like everything is just like there's so many different things to do. And I might have a plan to do one thing, and then it's like, all right, well, this other thing actually might be more worth it for right now. So then I abandon ship on this plan and then go do this little thing. And it's always jumping around from thing to thing and nothing ever gets done. So what you're describing with your brother being like very action oriented, kind of keeping things on track. I mean, that sounds invaluable, dude. I was reading this book um, for class. I think it was like last year. It was called Disciplined. I might have told you about this. Disciplined Entrepreneurship: The 24 Steps to a Successful Startup by Bill Ollett. And I got about three-quarters of the way through it and I stopped reading because class ended. Um, but the first thing it tells you is that entrepreneurship is like it's a team effort. And if you want to succeed, you need to assemble the team like Avengers, which but it's like, how do you do that at a startup that I've been running for however many years? It's like, do I split with equity? Do I start paying salaries and just take out a loan for it? Like, I don't know. But
Let's see.
yeah, you didn't end up finishing your thought. I ended up like totally cutting you off.
Yeah, because the answer, quite frankly, is not really not a project on this sort of scale. I've been engaged in a couple of things, but I also have the tendency to keep jumping around, and as soon as things get harder, I just simply lose motivation. I try and find some different things. So right now, just freaking one person really makes the difference, because it really switches the mode of functioning from being a freaking lone wolf that's not really accountable before anything or anyone, and the shift that you want to make won't make anyone else look at you like differently, or those sorts of things. So right now, when those moments come, I've got someone to just have to just bounce ideas off
Yeah,
of, to figure out the next even little step that that makes your mind feel like you are moving, not
yeah,
stagnant. Which yeah, that's something I really got away from our cooperation up until up until this point. And yeah, I
yeah.
get you.
I'm trying to like develop my own like business partner basically with Claude. So I was so you were talking about Whisper Flow. Are you spending the what is it like $15 a month on that?
For now, I've been using it for like 2 months or something like that, and I've managed to get the 2 week starting period twice. Then I've sent myself an invitation to another email, which is another 30 days, and I've got like 7 days left of that, and I've got the third email, so I'll probably go to the third email for the next 30 days, and I start inviting people after that. Frankly, I don't intend on spending any money with Whisperflow for the next fucking 2 years. Probably, I'll just keep inviting people for that, and they're given those 30 days free premiums um, to everybody. So I wanna keep doing that.
How do you set it up? Is it not tied to your Claude account in any way, or is it just like a API key that you plug into Claude with like each individual email address?
Bro, Whisper doesn't have doesn't have anything to do with API keys and anything like that. It's just another application that works on your desktop and lets you paste the text that you speak into your computer into the text boxes. Basically, it's not working in tandem with Cloud Code in any way. It's
Interesting.
yeah, it's
Huh.
another thing.
Have you seen Sesame AI? It's like I forget what the acronym is. It's like CS something. It's just like a voice demo, like the AI voice demo. Have you seen it?
Not really, no.
It's this incredible, I guess, like very human sounding voice, and you chat with it, and it says, whatever. It's not very smart, but it sounds so real. Like you could interrupt it, and it has like reactions to things. Like I was I was doing like the demo in front of my friend Joey, and I was like, oh, like hey, the I think the bot's name is Maya. I was like, oh hey Maya, like she's like, oh, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just hanging out with my friend Billy Bob Jones, an outrageous name, not Joey's name. And Maya goes, Billy Bob Jones, and I was like that's a very human response. Um, so I was trying to figure out a way to like, because apparently, what is it? Oh, Sesame. I was about to say Open Sesame. Sesame AI is like open source, so you can, I guess, presumably somehow take whatever is making the voice sound so human and like make a chatbot out of that with Claude. So I could have like a business partner where I'm like talking to it and it's talking back to me like using Claude, hopefully. But I know that Claude takes longer to think than Sesame does. But I'm
I
trying to figure
guess
something out like that.
okay. I get so the final goal of this mission would be to be able to interact with Claude and make him do things for you based on the commands that you put in via your voice. That's like basically what you want to do.
Yeah, but I mean, but also just to keep it a bit more like conversational. I feel like when I'm typing, it's a bit of a barrier from or between like my ideas and whatever's on the keyboard or on the computer screen. Or if I'm just talking, I mean, I feel like I can, like if it's through conversation that I'm giving the details of something, then I feel like I could be a lot more articulate and really explain what I'm trying to get across versus um and much faster as well than typing. Um,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Have you been using Whisperflow at all with
no,
anything?
I haven't even downloaded it.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I've been as I've said, I think I've been most like probably 85 to 90% of my interactions with my computer in terms of typing are on the voice basis. So I use it. I use it a lot, and I switched pretty smoothly to it, I think. And I believe that's the way things are gonna go, in the direction things are gonna go in. For now, we are just gonna talk to our computers because we can just it's just a matter of speed, I think,
Yeah.
mostly, which is like we can type at like 50 to 70 words per minute, and we can speak at what like 150. You can get like 3x output, and yeah, totally recommend it on my side, to
Interesting.
switch to like voice-based typing, I think.
Not to tap in, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we'll see what the next step is with that. I was even thinking about doing like a AI sales agent, which Claude told me is possible, which is something that you and I had a conversation about maybe like a couple months ago. But in the States, you need to like let people know that they're talking to an AI, which I think will totally kill sales. Like, hey, this is an AI with Nate's Natty. People will just hang up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it even if in regards to like cold calls that AI can make?
Yeah, yeah, cold calls.
Is anyone gonna freaking catch you on that?
Like maybe not, but um, I don't know. I might as well comply just in case shit gets real.
I mean, yeah,
But
I'm.
also, dude, there's some states that don't require that. So what I could do is I could only tell Claude to like scrape lead gen from states that allow it, like without having to disclose that it's an AI, and then only call stores within those states.
Yeah, yeah,
But maybe that's fucked
obviously,
up. I don't know.
to check that for sure. Yeah, I've been in with regards to that, we've been. I think we started that conversation on AI voice agents with kind of my idea to create a negotiation agent
Yeah,
that's going to be responsible for negotiating the price of the subscription with the user, which I still have in mind, and I still believe is something that needs to be tested, and that's valuable to just get feedback on, even if I don't pursue that in terms of the app, and I'll have it as something that I can implement somewhere else. That's yeah, those agents are the future, and having some kind of experience is that with them, I think is valuable. So for sure, go for that. With Claude Code, you can have those test conversations. Claude can read the transcript, evaluate it, tell you what he thinks are the steps to take, uh, to make it better, to make it more suitable for your goal, and then implement them right away in the system by changing the system message of the voice agent. So it cuts down the time a lot. In Cloud, like is really valuable, I think, on that basis. So yeah,
mhm.
I'll keep looking into that. It's definitely something to keep an eye on
Yeah. There's
those.
this guy who came into my sales class last year. It was last semester. Now it was last year, and he ran like a CRM company. Uh, but it also like helped people with sales, I guess, like in terms of like interpersonal skills. So you would talk to an AI and try to make the AI buy whatever product it was. But if it could, and it was like fully developed and he was selling it, like it was legit. But if it can work that way, why not the other way? I think I might need to like text him or something. I got his phone number. I was trying to get an internship at his company because I thought it was fucking cool. Did not end up happening. I think he sold the company, or maybe he stopped in the company. I don't know what it was, but I gotta email him or text him and be like, "Hey, like, how do you do that?" Because that'd be cool as hell.
Yeah, yeah, go for it. Exploit those weaker links. Those people that were. That thing that to get off the subject just a little bit. I think that's pretty well established that when it comes to career prospects, networking, and actually getting something done in terms of relationships, but around work, those weaker links that we have, which are not people that we regularly hang out with, but that is someone that someone that we kind of used to know. We bumped into them at the party. Those are the links and the relationships that really often make things happen, because those people that are closer to us, I don't even remember the reason, but I guess the people that are the closest to us, we treat those people more as like personal relationships, and it's maybe easier to ask someone that's a little bit further from us on the, if we were to treat it as like a graph, something like that. So yeah, that good things can happen from those kinds of interactions, and just shooting up an email
No,
to
exactly.
someone. Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll
I
see what happens with that. That was actually something that one of my buddies was telling me about earlier, but in the opposite, like I guess against that idea of like, oh, like why do you keep all these people like so not necessarily near, but why there's so many people in my circle? And I was like, dude, opportunity. You know, it's like you never know if first of all you can help someone, and second of all if they can help you. And you know, this common cliche of like, oh, like keep your circle small. Like my like rappers talking about my circle's so small it done turned to a dot. It's like, dude, that's no way to live. I mean, I've mentioned this before, but you talk to any old person about what the most impactful thing on their life was, and they talk about the personal connections that they've maintained. It's like, why not try to like make that grow exponentially? Get as many connections as you can. I mean, classic case for networking, but not necessarily in terms of business, but just in terms of like just people you could reach out to. Like, oh, I got friends in Thailand, I got friends in Poland, I got friends in Colorado, I got friends in California. It's like now I just got like I'm just like tight with the entire world, and it's awesome.
yeah, totally agree with that. Totally, like you you never know when the time comes for someone to be valuable. It's not always even in terms of like work and stuff. It really works in other domains of life. I yeah, I was pretty good at that for majority of my life. I like calling people out of the blue, even though not the ones that I hear from like every 6 months or anything like that. Um, to to keep an eye on in terms of that, I think it's a super freaking easy way to reach out to someone, uh, and uh, and just keep the contact warm instead of letting it fade out into the distance, because it's also super easy not to reach out and
Yeah,
to let those connections just float away wherever, and tend to for the circle to keep getting smaller. So I totally agree with that. There's we are entering a phase even with all that in artificial intelligence and stuff. Relationships are gonna be invaluable. God damn it. That's gonna be the currency, and it's even going back to work stuff. There is a guy that's writing a bachelor thesis in my group that's focused on exploring uh, how people obtain positions at work. He's comparing Scandinavian countries to Poland because he's got a friend in Finland, and the friend in Finland told him that in the most in Finland and in Scandinavian countries as well, it's it's practically like 100% of people that uh, get work because of their relationships. And in Poland, it's been a certain shift in mindset because I believe some time ago uh, it was kind of frowned upon to get work because of your relationships.
Oh yeah,
Are you even qualified? Oh, that's fucking nepotism and
yeah,
all this sort of stuff. And it's been switching. So I believe it's first of all it's super interesting subject to check scientifically what shifts have been happening in that regard, but then also on a personal level, something to really explore, I
yeah.
believe.
That's something that I'm like, as I get older, I feel like I'm gonna start losing a lot of friends, especially after college. It's like as soon as college ends, everyone's gonna move to wherever they're gonna move, and then it's like, am I really ever? For example, like, great, I have a really good friend, Kevin. He's awesome. He's like one of my best friends, and he's moving to Austin, Texas, after school, and it's like, how often am I really gonna go and see Kevin after college? Because right now I see him like a few times a week. He's like my guy. Um, I mean, of course, I'll probably visit him a couple times, like in the first few years, because it's not too far. Um, and I doubt I'm going to end up doing something like what I did with you, where we set up a weekly meeting and chat. Or maybe I will, because he's pretty type A, so maybe he could be on that shit. Um, but I mean, that's just like one example. I mean, there's so many other people who are moving away or doing whatever, and it's like we're not always going to be in such close proximity. And that's why we were doing that. That's what we were trying to do, that school app thing. The what is it?
Yeah.
The course,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's like a real problem. And it's like actually important. Um, I don't know. As I get older, I fear that I'm gonna. I guess I don't fear that I'll turn into my dad, because a piece of me like really wants to become like a similar man to my dad, because he's like the shit. But he also doesn't have a lot of friends. So, but maybe he's content with that, and and maybe I will be too if I end up like that.
That's something I wanted to ask. That's the first thing that came to mind. What's the situation like with your parents and their ability to maintain those relationships? Because to be honest, I'm not really fearful of that. I guess it's pretty different in America because you guys have the tendency to switch states and really juggle this geographical location. So maybe your fear is more based in reality than mine because most of my friends are kind of looking forward to setting up their lives out here in Warsaw. So it's very probable that we'll just live live here, and we're not gonna have this kind of problems. However, uh, bro, you're gonna take care of that. it's not impossible. Look at what the technological advancements made possible. We're out here every week, even though we're separated by thousands and thousands of miles. It's really something. I believe it's a skill to develop to maintain those
Yeah,
relationships, and you're good at you're good at that. There is no reason to add another thing to your plate. There is a lot of things that we need to worry about. I believe you're gonna do awesome on that front. I really do.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like even at school, like I can go like a few weeks without like seeing or like texting someone, but it's all better whenever I see them next because they're so close, and it's like, oh, I see them at the bar, and it's like, oh, sorry I haven't gotten to you in the past few weeks. Like, let's hang out sometime this week. Whereas that opportunity won't necessarily arise in the future. But also, I mean, I have so many connections that are like friendly connections. I wouldn't say like they're my friends. Like, you are my friend. Like, I am making time for you because you are my boy. Other people, it's like I have so many more acquaintances than actual friends. So maintaining those acquaintance relationships is going to be a lot harder.
I know what you're talking about. Although it's the case for everyone. I think we are surrounded by a lot of people, and there's only a handful that we can really call our friends. And
Yeah,
bro, those it's just I don't know. Isn't something now that the thought popped into my mind? Isn't it the case that your brother has like a freaking spreadsheet with people that he contacts or something like that? Is it the
yeah,
case, or what was it?
yeah. Last time I talked to him about it, that's what he said, which was like I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. Maybe it was 2 years ago. But he's pretty type A. Like, he's on his shit. He ensures that he it's like getting to everyone and like nurturing all of his relationships that he cares about. Like, he's pretty on that, which is cool.
Be- Yeah, so maybe that's the way to go. There is not no spreadsheets are one thing. However, also a mind shift from nurturing and maintaining those connections as being your hobby or something that you do when you have time, when you feel like it, to treat it a bit more like work. Like those are also your obligations. I think in the time where I've been really good at it, uh, I try then look at it as part of my work. I've had homeworks, I've had assignments, I've had some obligations with regards to family and decisions to make, and I've also had this other sector which I need to take care of. So I would frankly advise people to just treat it a bit more like work than a hobby, and see how it turns out that that way.
Yeah,
If they can, eh, yeah, if they can maintain it like that, I think that's a switch that you can certainly make, or at least try to make. I
yeah. I
believe.
tried tapping into like kind of treating it a bit more like work. Like, I put everyone who I know, I put all of them into a spreadsheet with their birthdays, what town they're in. Like, first, here, let me. I have it pulled up over here. Let me see. Yeah, the spreadsheet is called LOL. Maybe it needs to be refreshed. Yeah. Last name, first name, birthday, city, state, country. So I gave this to Claude, and I was like, all right, here's a list of like all my friends. Put their birthdays into my calendar. Easy as
Hell
that,
yeah,
dude.
hell yeah, yeah.
That's just like one easy automated task that is pretty good. Or even I could be like, send out a text message. I'd need to set up some sort of. Yeah, that's not as personal. Nah, I shouldn't do that. But, but there's an idea to automate that sort of thing. But that kind of breaks into interesting territory. It's like, is an automated friendship like truly a friendship?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. That's a good question. Yeah, in this regard, uh, not even in terms of friendships, but just exploring what AI can do as our little personal assistant. And when it comes to our personal lives in general. So lately, I try and stay up to date with what are the latest developments in this kind of automation code space. And the thing that popped out lately was a kind of a database using the Obsidian app, which is something that
Yeah,
makes a graph or something like that of your interest of your interests. You put your own personal information there, and then you can uh, I don't I'm not even quite that clear on what the practical practical benefits are coming from that, but you can query that with a really specific question, and it has um, a database on you. You can give it as context to other questions that you give to AI. That's a pretty unexplored territory. It's gonna be something that we'll be looking quite closely at. I think just in general as humanity in the next in the near future, I guess. I,
yeah. I've been seeing a bunch of TikToks talking about Obsidian, and I've been trying to get around to like just seeing what it's all about and integrating it. So it visualizes you. It's just a database all about you or whatever you're interested in, and it visualizes it using what like mind maps.
it those are yeah, like 3D graphs or something like that. Like
Interesting.
with and it groups uh, like information that's related, more closely related together for you to be visually able to better spot those like similarities and groups of I guess groups of things that are happening in your life, and then you can efficiently browse through that. Yeah, I'm not an expert at all, but yeah. What do you, bro? What's what's something that you believe that AI could help with in your personal life? What do you do? Do you have anything in mind?
Well,
Uh,
yeah, um, I was thinking AI is going to put therapists out of business, I think. I mean, unless people really feel strongly about talking to a person instead of like the end results of like figuring out the root cause of their issues. But I mean, I think therapy, I mean, not that I'm in therapy right now. I was in therapy when I was younger, which you know, but maybe the viewers don't. Um, yeah, but I was reminding myself we're being recorded. um, but yeah, no, I mean, I think that therapy is definitely one. Um, another one, I mean, obviously, cold calls. I think that's something that could help me with my daily life. But I think Obsidian is super interesting because if I could have it map out like basically my entire life on my computer screen, and I could see where I'm lacking and what I need to do to get, better in whatever area I'm lacking in, and just have Claude. I mean, basically just automate my entire life and just kind of breeze through it. Not that I think that's probably a bad idea, actually. Breezing through life. Hmm.
what's breathing? It's like going
Just,
quick.
just kind of like floating through it, just going through the motions, doing what the screen says, and you blink and then you're 80. And now it's like, oh, well, I did what the screen said. I didn't have to figure anything out for myself.
Yeah,
I guess it depends what the end goal is. If the end goal is to experience life and all its hardships, then maybe automating is the best bet. But I don't know. I don't know because you could automate and just avoid the hardships and just experience all the good shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah, for sure. But automating is just one area that we can look at when it comes to any kinds of of improvements. I've been yeah, so I've been doing quite a lot of things in NA10 throughout the last year, and in NA10 you can it's they are called automations what you do there, but it's it really gave me an ability to build simple there. I think workflows are the best name for it. For example, uh, I've had this kind of problem for a little while, and I even wanted to integrate it into the Voice of Self app. I think I told you about it, of consuming a lot of stuff, but the retention not being on level
Yeah,
where I want it to be. And I really believe that it could be improved by just having an ability to speak even like a minute or a 30 seconds about the stuff that you you've gotten to know that day, that you've consumed, that you got information on, just those little nuggets, even speaking them into the workflow, and for it to save it in order to expose you to that knowledge uh, in the evening, at the end of the week, whatever you choose, that's your prerogative. But I think yeah, it's quite a nice skill that I think about now, that you can build those kinds of little workflows that improve some areas that you think can be improved by that. So I think yeah, that's like one thing I can think of right now
yeah.
in terms
One
of
thing, one thing that I've been thinking about is I consume a lot of information via TikTok, and I'm always like saving them, and oh, I'll get to them later, and then I try to watch them later, and it's just like this is boring. Like I'll actually apply. I'll listen to it now, and then I'll apply it later. And it's always like later, later, later. I never actually end up doing whatever it is useful with the information that I get. So if I could create some sort of automation where I basically like send the TikTok like to like a Telegram or whatever, which I know is already a thing because like there's some sort of connector between Telegram and Claude, and I could just plug that into Claude basically, and it'll like save that information for me and be like, oh, like, you sent me a TikTok about Obsidian. Did you want to do anything with Obsidian? Here's what we can do. You know what I mean? Instead of like, instead of me having to manually think about it.
I don't know. I get it. Yeah, we gotta explore that. We gotta explore that. I also yeah. So there's one thing that I've been freaking really keen on doing, and I think I even shared that with you. I wanted to just make some reels about stuff that interests me. To mostly just to create something and switch from consumption to production, also to develop an ability to get myself out there and this sort of stuff. And I believe there's a space there to automate like the first step. So the idea pops into my mind, something really sparks my interest, and I just say it out loud into probably like a Telegram bot, and then it does the research, makes a script, makes a visual plan, like every you can, but just based on like a 30-second uh, voice message, you can do so much right now. You can automate just like 60% of the work or something like that. And then you get, so I've been thinking about that, and I've got so many ideas, but so little time as well, right now. I guess the workaround here is to create and post one, and just focus on, because there is this vision of like me being just super productive and freaking talking coherently to the camera and then posting videos one by, and that's too much. You never get something done in that mind space. Just finish one thing. And maybe that should be the goal for this week, to uh, to create one, and have it finished by the end of the week. That's now that I think about it, that's the way to go about it. Yeah.
100%, dude. Yeah, this ties back into what I was saying earlier about like I come up with a plan, or Claude helps me come up with a plan, or Claude generates the entire plan of me doing whatever project, and then we run into some sort of speed bump, and then it's all right, other direction. Let's start a new thing instead. I think it's so easy to give up on things because there's always something else that you can be doing that feels productive, but it's like that was never a part of the plan. I think, yeah, dude, what if every week we talked about what we built that week? It was some sort of new automation. Because I'm
Mhm.
not sure if it's Claude, like that makes me realize that these systems that I want are possible to make, or something else. But I feel a lot more creative recently, just in terms of I like identifying problems that I have and creating solutions for them.
I
So
see that. I see
yeah, I
that.
mean that like that TikTok Telegram bot. That's for I could probably do that tonight. You know?
You could, yeah. It's yeah, yeah. Like I don't know if we want to um, sort of burden ourselves
Yeah,
uh,
true, true.
with with anything that
Yeah,
we're supposed to do. I guess those are the things that are gonna happen on the side. I feel like we are both kind of interested and motivated to a certain extent to explore those options. So
yeah, we'll
that's
be doing that
basically,
anyway.
yeah, that's basically something that we're gonna do on the side, and we are at a point where we we definitely see the areas, we see the potential for improvement. So that's something that is going to be the subject of the conversations in the future, anyway. I believe. So we'll I guess we'll stick to that for now. From what we've been both saying, uh, I guess the underlying problem, at least for me, I don't want to put words in my mouth, but I can sort of hear that kind of sentiment coming from you as well. There is a problem with starting. That's like the first one, and then starting something that was already predetermined as being a part of the bigger picture, bigger plan. But what fucking hell, how we can improve on that? What can we do?
Like Obsidian. That sounds like exactly what it'd be for. I'd be like, I'm thinking about doing this. Does this make sense? No, it's not a part of your plan. Focus on something else.
Hmm.
And you try to
Hmm.
rationalize it like, oh, but it would help me be more productive, and maybe you could convince the AI to be like, oh yeah, yeah, it actually is a part of your plan. I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
It's all
guess
about planning.
yeah, but at some point it's about planning. However, at some point there is a phase where there is just no more strategies, tricks, life hacks. You just gotta sit down and do the work. And do you know Alex Hormozy?
Yeah, dude, of course.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, of course. Alex Hormozy talks about it quite a lot, and he says that starting the work is the biggest life hack in terms of I guess he puts it more coherently. Like he's all about just sitting down and starting. And we both know that like when you actually start and put in like 20 minutes, things start falling into place. But this first impulse to get you off the ground, oh, it's so tough. God
Yeah,
damn,
dude.
it's so tough. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that ties into yeah. I just finish quickly to ties back into what I've told you about my brother. That he kind of provided me with those impulses that really got me going with the stuff lately. And
dude, of
I
course.
believe, yeah, I really on that note, I really believe that me living with a person that's driven and motivated and action oriented, whether it's a girl or a guy, it doesn't really matter, would benefit me greatly. Like him being the one to grab me by the scruff and just even fucking shout at me, get
Mhm.
down to work, like start it, and then things start falling into place. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Sir Isaac Newton said, "An object in motion will stay in motion,
Mm-hmm.
and an
Mm-hmm.
object at rest will stay at rest." So it's like you just got to start moving,
Yeah.
and hopefully things, as you said, fall into place. But yeah, I'm thinking we wrap this up here. What do you think?
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm fine with that.
We'll end the recording. That was episode 18, week 18.
Yeah.
Um, Peace out, YouTube.
Peace out.
But actually, first of all, or last of all, in the middle of all, do you have any parting thoughts? I feel like I didn't give you a chance to say anything like before the last.
Do I have any parting thoughts? I mean, things are going going well. As I've told you, I think last week, it's really important for me to feel my best right now because there are a lot of things that like sort of opportunities that depend on me being able to capitalize on them. It really will depend on me how those things turn out. So I'm really trying hard to stay my best in order to best capitalize on them. But yeah, things are moving. We didn't get to the geopolitical part this week, which we usually end up
Big week.
on a little geopolitical note and the stuff. Yeah, we'll see about we'll talk if we want to uphold the tradition or not really. So that's basically it. A pleasure as always.
YouTube.
Salute you.